Hey, it's Maureen Barley with Maureen Barley Photography, and today I'm going to do a review on the Brevite Jumper backpack and how it did on an Alaskan Airlines flight from Southern California to Portland, Oregon. Yep, I have some things to say. Not all bad things. Okay, this is my Brevite Jumper backpack in olive green. Now, full disclosure, I bought this when they had their $99 sale. They periodically have it, just sign up for their email alerts. So I bought this and I'm not being sponsored at all. This is just my experience traveling or flying with this backpack because it is meant for that. As you can tell from the place you put your carry-on, they wouldn't create this little slip right here. Like, what else would you use that for? You couldn't even put that on a chair in your class. Like, what university has chairs that are this small? Come on. It is meant for luggage. So anyway, I did appreciate that. I really did appreciate that. This backpack is so small that I couldn't fit everything that I needed to fit. So I had to have a carry-on with me. And I slipped this into that on top of that carry-on, and it worked out really, really well. The one major complaint that I had is that I don't think this backpack was tested with things in it. There's so many good features about this backpack that when you look at it online, you think, in theory, that looks great. Yeah, I would love to have that feature on my backpack. Like a little side hidden pocket here on the side of the backpack. Great place to put my passport. But you know what I found myself saying throughout the whole trip was, this is a dumb place to put the secret pocket over here for your passport when you're flying with this backpack. Because when you load it out and you've got, like, I didn't even bring my laptop and I didn't bring my iPad. Over here where that compartment was for, I put my long sleeve and a beanie. So that kind of bulked up this side here. And then I also had my water bottle. And it's not even a big water bottle, right? Just average water bottle. And I put that in the side here. And it also made it very difficult to access here with also the main compartment being stuffed. So I just found it so frustrating. And it was not quick and easy access to get in. I had to like shove it in. And even then I was like, I can't get it in and out very quickly going through TSA. It was kind of frustrating to have that hidden pocket, even though the idea is actually pretty great. I would have put it on a side, you know, maybe the other side. You had room for it, like right here. That was just enough. This was so frustrating. And let's stay on this side. These are the only two things that really bothered me about this backpack. Is that when I would put my water bottle here, I didn't have it attached because I knew when I went through TSA I'd have to take it out and show there's no water in it, and then I would refill it when I got past TSA checkpoint. But after that, then I would also put it through the little latch here, and this is not very secure. There were so many times, even with it latched here, for example, when I was on the tarmac, getting on my little 76-seater Alaskan Airlines twin-engine propeller airplane, tiny thing, so you have to go out onto the tarmac. To get to the stairs to climb into the airplane, I threw this on my shoulder, and the water bottle went flying out and rolling towards the wheel of the airplane, and I was like, oh my god, I had to go chase after it. So even with it latched, and I thought, well, I'm just not gonna latch it. That didn't help either. The water bottle just kept flying out, and I thought, man, do I have to go smaller? I don't know how this is gonna work, this little water bottle thing, or just don't use it for a water bottle, only use it for a tripod. But then that's what this was for. I was able to use that for my tripod. And big puffer sweaters. I don't know. It was frustrating the way I was using it. I was using it to hold a water bottle, and I was using this side access to put my passport. And it was not easy. Not only did I use this to fly with, but I also used it to go on hikes in Portland. And I used it just to get around the city. I used it just as my like purse. and I kept my cameras in it the whole time. So I feel like as an everyday bag you walk around with, it was great. Not necessarily for the Pacific Northwest, because this fabric is not waterproof. It rained on me like almost the whole time, and luckily I took my rain cover from another backpack, another camera backpack, and I brought that with me and I threw it over here, which saved the backpack and my camera gear. But if I didn't have that, this would not have survived the Pacific Northwest. This is a California bag where I live. This is perfect for where I live, not for when I'm traveling to Portland. So yeah, I'm not gonna take this back with me again when I go. Yeah, it is a great everyday backpack for ideal weather, basically. And I really do like the texture of the bag. I hope they don't change that. It was so comfortable to like rest my head on. You know, you're on an airplane, you have your backpack, and you just wanna do one of those things. Or to, I mean, I just got back from Yosemite, hence the little pin right there. And I used it, I threw it on a huge granitic rock and laid down and just kind of looked up at, you know, Yosemite's gorgeous if you've never been. So I used it as a pillow. I mean, it's just really soft. I love the texture. I love that I can even put pins in it, you know, attach it. I got this when I was in Seattle. I love coffee, of course, Seattle. Then I added this pin. I have Disney pins I can put on here too. I just like how you can personalize it. It's small, it looks like a university backpack. The padding, I mean, it's just right. It's not too aggressive. Like the whole backpack is not overly like masculine and aggressive like most camera bags are. And this is a really nice in-between, and that's why I bought it. I loved it for all those in-between stuff. Things that I wanted to go like on light hikes or to the beach, I took this to Crystal Cove State Beach. The sand did not stick to this. That was awesome. I just had to like brush it off and it was gone. So as a general all-around bag, yeah, I haven't taken it in snow yet. And I haven't taken, but I took it in rain. And on very dusty trails. And this thing is held up, except if I didn't have that rain fly on this, it would not have survived. So in general, it is a great general overall backpack. I normally, you know, I like having a purse, a camera bag sometimes, like the Kelly Moore ones are my favorite. I have so many of those. They're great when you want to look a little more elevated, you want to look a little nice when you're going to a party or something. But if you're just like out and about every day, like this is a great everyday backpack. It is the perfect size. I never had an issue when I was flying about going over the measurements. This fit in every overhead compartment, and it fit right under the seat in front of me, even when I was on a smaller airplane for Alaskan Airlines. It was great. I never had an issue with size at all. I never had any other issues. I mean, the only thing that was frustrating was that side. So in terms of travel, I think doing a quick, like short trip, this is perfect for. But even then, I still felt more comfortable having a carry-on luggage with me. I just couldn't fit a lot of the other things I wanted to bring for that trip. So if you're not if you want to pack light, like if you just want to carry one carry-on, which is how I normally travel with my bigger backpack, I wouldn't bring this if I wanted to just carry with one carry-on. Now, Alaska Airlines considered this bag as my personal item, and then my carry-on luggage as the actual luggage. And this, I think, is kind of pushing it for personal item. Personal items stated on their website are like little purses, laptop, you know, bags. This is, I don't know. I thought I was pushing it, but I did it and they didn't complain. So never had an issue with this as a carry-on personal item. So that's some of my thoughts on traveling, at least that short trip up to the Pacific Northwest. It held up pretty well. There's no snags or scratches, and I took this on many hikes since then. Yeah, it held up even in Yosemite and some of the harder hikes I did. It is not a hiking bag, I will say that. There's not a lot of places to put water. You would have to sacrifice space inside for water. and deal with the issue of this pocket, not having access to this pocket very well when it's all stuffed out. So I would say if you're going to do a harder hike, I would get a camera backpack that is made for hiking, that you can fit water in at the very least, and snacks, because I couldn't do that in Yosemite and I was trying to wrap my brain around how I was going to handle that. So yeah, I would recommend it for only short trips and short hikes, easy things. Basically like a California lifestyle down here. This backpack like totally fits us. Yeah, it's just the right size. I could fit all my film cameras in there. It was great. And by the way, if you're traveling with film, I put it in this inner zipper pocket right here. And I put it in a clear plastic bag, and when I put this on the conveyor belt for TSA to look at, I took that bag out along with, your liquids. And then I gave it to the TSA agent and I said, can I have this hand check please? It's 35mm film and Instax wide film. And they were fine doing it. So yeah, no problems with traveling with film in this. Really, it is just for lightweight, casual things. I was almost thinking of breaking this down and putting it in my carry-on luggage. But I was like, no, if they give me a hard time, Alaskan Airlines as a personal item, fine, I'll break it down. So I was prepared to do that, and I had extra room in my carry-on to do that. So if you find you're on an airline where you're like, I'm not sure if they're going to count it as my personal item or not, it'll break down to something flat. I mean, the only reason it's like this is because that inner compartment right here, but you can unvelcro that and then completely flatten this backpack out so it can easily fit onto, or you can easily squeeze it into your carry-on luggage. So if that's ever a concern, you're like, I'm flying internationally, I don't know if it can actually count as a personal item, it's too big, which it is on some of those cheaper, smaller airlines, then yeah, don't worry, it'll pack down flat, and then your cameras could be your personal item. I don't know. You'll need another smaller sling bag maybe, or yeah, you got to figure that one out. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm not doing any international travel right now, so you let me know if you've done that. All right, so that's my quick review on flying with the Brevite Jumper backpack. Until next time.